#1 draft pick out of Alabama a season ago. They have him back for the first time. 49ers won the toss. Will get the football in the second half. So right from the get-go, we'll get a look at the 23-year-old native of West Palm Beach, Florida. Time 49er great Frank Gore is in the backfield, and they will fake it to him and roll right. An easy throw on the far side. Reception made by Dante Moncrief. Here is Frank Gore. And you can now move him up in the record books.
The level that he plays is inspiring to me.
This time bottled up at the line of scrimmage, maybe a half-yard behind the line of scrimmage. Mom was not doing well physically and thought, I'm going to stay here in Miami. Third down, and that's a conversion on third down to the tight end replacing Doyle. Brandon Williams up to the 47-yard line.
He's too late to jump.
Ray Armstrong is playing in place of the highly touted rookie Reuben Foster. There's a strike to the near side, and that's Kamar Aiken. 49ers 39-yard line. This is Marlon Mack, who's active for the first time in the last 3 weeks. Seventh play of the drive, and Gore keeping those legs moving, and he's down to the 25. That'll move the chains again. Gore spent his first 10 seasons as a San Francisco 49er, a 5-time Pro Bowler. That's a little bit low to Kamar Aiken. If I've ever met in 25 years announcing in this league somebody who loves playing football more than Gore. Brissett tried to shake off Tart originally at the 31. It's a third down and 16. And flags litter the field.
You understand that once the Colts get into this...
Number 13, offense, 5-yard penalty, still third down.
To the penalty, now third down and 21. There it is, screen, you called it. They dump it off to Turbin, cuts it back up to the inside to the 34-yard line. Third kicker in league history with 2,400 points. Snap, good hold, he lets it rip. My, oh my. So now the 49ers turn. Sanchez handles the kickoffs and the punting for the Colts. And this is Bolden, who will take a knee, and out comes Brian Hoyer in his 9th year out of Michigan State. Short drop, quick throw, and the catch is made by Pierre Garçon. Another easy throw and an easy catch. And depending on where they spot it, it's back-to-back receptions by Garçon.
Ball skills and hands for a defensive back.
#1 pick out of Ohio State. Here's another former Buckeye. First carry of the afternoon for Carlos Hyde.
Loss.
Second down and 9. They pitch it to Hyde, looking for running room. Breaks it to the outside, and that'll be enough for a first down. Flag comes in. He's up to the 47-yard line, but the flag came in from the secondary.
Go. We're over here.
Number 11, offense, 10-yard penalty, still second down.
When you add up, you call them the little things, but they're big things. Wide open is Goodwin, so after he was called for the holding penalty. Across the middle of the field, and the catch is again Garçon. You go all the way back for this 31-year-old out of Mount Union, Ohio.
Is that good? That's one of the reasons why Kyle Shanahan went and got him. Is Lakeland Tomlinson, number 75, jumps early. You know, not only what he's done as a pro.
75, offense, 5-yard penalty.
You think of the national champ.
28th in the league in red zone. They've moved the ball. It's getting into the end zone, and what a start for the former Colt Garçon. 4 catches, 41 yards, and right back to him again. To the 15 and another first down. Fake it to Hyde, dump it off to the tight end Kittle. And he's inside the 15. No, they'll spot it. Let's see. That's a rare carry for Kyle Juszczyk. Blitz coming.
There he is.
Hoyer, the lofts it to the end zone for Kittle, and it's incomplete. That ball hit the ground. Active streak in the NFL. It's a career best for this outstanding kicker. And it is good from 28 yards away.
Juan Bray, he's got a little juice to him. He's a threat if he gets an opportunity.
But he won't. That baby's in the seats. Or close to it.
We're coming in leading the Patriots.
First down give is to Gore. He tries to bounce off a couple of tackles and maybe picks up two. It's Navarro Bowman. That ball was juggled momentarily by Hilton, but he hangs on to make the catch. It is short of the first down. It brings up third down, and we'll call it two. A little more than a yard on third down. Gore leaves the game. And coming into the game is Robert Turbin, and he slips a couple of tackles and is up to the 38, and that's a first down for the Colts. Going back to the Peyton Manning days, it is so quiet in here when the Colts have the ball on offense. Brissett can run it a little bit, although he is shoved out of bounds, and that'll be very close to getting back to the line of scrimmage. Oh, how anybody would think that guy can't play in the bud. You get around him, that's his middle name. That's right up his alley, man.
I love the use of the hard count right here.
Neutral zone infraction, number 91, defense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
4 solo, 8 total. He does have a sack. Marlon Mack is dropped by DeForest Buckner. But so many other big events, Final Fours. There's a throw down the sideline. That had no chance from the very beginning with an eye on Aiken. One to punt it is Sanchez. And Trent Taylor, they're very high on this young man as a receiver, waits back for the punt. Will they get there? How well done is that right there? Second try for the Niners. They'll hand it to Carlos Hyde. Cuts it back to the inside and spins across the 10 up to the 12. The news about Peyton Manning, and he's here today. Fumble exchange. Juszczyk and Hoyer. Third down and 9. Hoyer lost it to the sideline and incomplete. He had an open receiver over there, and Goodwin. And now Bradley Pinion will punt out of his own end zone. This guy's a good punter. Coming up to get it. Right at the 40-yard line, and look at this. Oh boy, they got away with one there. The ball is loose and then dropped immediately. Play action on first down, and Brissett looking down the field for Hilton, and he dropped it. Oh my. That is a huge play. And this one is incomplete, a little bit too high there for goal. Bar 2 of 4 on third down. Hit as he throws, and there's contact in the secondary, but no flag.
You know, he tripped over the yellow line.
And that's an imaginary line.
Yeah.
On it toward the sideline, and this is Taylor. And that's a nice little return right there. Manning jerseys on this weekend in Indianapolis than I think anywhere I've ever been for any player. That's a high throw, and Hoyer just leveled as he threw the football by Henry Anderson. Perplexing questions in all the NFL this year is what is wrong with the Steelers on offense. And dropped behind the line of scrimmage is Carlos Hyde.
Themselves.
So a third down and 14, and they'll just hand it off. And Hyde is up to the 10 to give their punter Pinion a little bit of breathing room. Ooh, he just did get it away.
Well, Mingo almost got it, Tom.
And let's see where they spot this. Depending on what kind of year the Colts are having, some might argue, should he come back and play this year? Darrell Daniels getting playing time today.
Very careful, and you know it's going to be a couple weeks. Hopefully he comes back as strong as ever, because I think he's a wonderful talent. Guy named Mark, good pitcher.
Dumped off out of the backfield to Marlon Mack, and a flag comes in late after he was tripped up a couple of yards shy of a first down.
Illegal block in the back, number 13, offense, 10-yard penalty, still second down.
This point appears to be okay. And now another penalty.
Navarro Bowman helping him out with the call. Emphatically.
Full start, 23. Offense, 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
Very much enjoyed watching Kurt and the gang this morning on Fox NFL Sunday. Brissett, good protection. Now it begins to break down, but he lays it off for Gore out of the backfield. And he's back to the original line of scrimmage.
Saw that in practice where he was decisive in making good decisions.
And now Brissett spun down all the way back to the 47-yard line. And who else would it be?
Hot leaning forward. As an offensive tackle, you have to lean back and absorb the blow instead of trying to extend into the blow.
That one will bounce out of bounds.
Leaving guys on blocks. It's that simple.
Now they'll go to their bread and butter to start this drive, and that's a run game, which has been very successful.
Settle down and get in the rhythm of the game.
Still a gain of 5. They'll give it to him again. He'll keep his footing this time, and that's good enough for a first down up to the 30-yard line. Oh, boy. Nearly right into the arms of the strong safety, Matthias Farley. Started the game 7 of 7. He's missed his last 4. And Breida dragged down behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 11 to come after Hoyer, who gets it away to Kittle, but he is chopped down in the secondary by Darius Butler. Opinion on the punting. And he lets this one fly. A beauty. Chasing Gray back to the 10-yard line, but he has running room. And is spun down after a 12-yard return. Date, if I'm not mistaken, this year with Oklahoma. Sooners were upset for the first time yesterday by Iowa State. Brissett, and this time hanging on to the football. A first down up to the 39-yard line. And into the open field, and Gore is caught from behind by Jimmy Ward.
With a win on that play.
They'll give it to Marlon Mack, and he's dropped behind the line of scrimmage by DeForest Buckner.
He is a guy that's never going to quit, and he's a guy that you can trust and count on.
Brissett looking around, throws on the run, and that's a perfect strike right there. Pump fake one way, and looking to the end zone for Daniels, and it's incomplete.
And in a box allowing Jimmy Ward to roam free. See Foster right there.
And they snap it directly to Gore, and he's down to the 5-yard line. Turbin in the backfield, and it's Hilton in motion. On his 3rd down, 4-man rush, quick slant, catch made, and it is now 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
This is that normally don't get shut down like that, Tom.
This is Gore, and he powers his way down to the 3-yard line and slammed.
Time to survey the field.
2nd down and goal, and I'm not sure that had anything good about it from the very beginning. Beautiful. So 3rd down and goal, and a bullet right at the goal line. Is it caught? No, it's incomplete. Trying to get it to T.Y. Hilton. This will be a 23-yard try by Vinatieri, and it is good. You know, he came to a Cincinnati Reds game and came on TV with us. The final week of the baseball season. Has always been a big Reds baseball fan and a Colts fan growing up here in Indiana since they moved from Baltimore. 9-7 lead. Winless Giants against the winless Chargers in the Meadowlands. Crossing pattern all the way up to Garcon, who started so hot, trying to get at least within range for Robbie Gould to tie this thing up. Incomplete. Another crossing pattern, and that'll be a 5-yard gain to Garcon. Great protection, and Hoyer throws. What a catch made by Goodwin for a first down. 32, they're certainly within field goal range for Gould now, but they're thinking maybe a quick touchdown. Breida steps out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So a second try to tie it, and right down the can for Robbie Gould.
I believe a little bit more in the second half.
And if you're Chuck Pagano at halftime,
Just keep doing what we're doing, guys. And again, it's the same thing. Once we get inside the 20, can we put it into the end zone? That's what's going to win.
Roethlisberger, Le'Veon Bell, and Antonio Brown, and cannot get anything going offensively. They unveiled the statue here yesterday. The 49ers will get the football to begin this second half, and this is Bolden from a yard out of his own end zone, and he gets out across the 25 to the 27-yard line.
Combined record between these two teams. Clean it up. Who's going to clean up more?
Make it one-way throw. The other first time we've called the name Trent Taylor today.
It's a moment of truth for these 49ers.
I mean, look, when you look at their upcoming schedule, that's bobbled on the pitch to Carlos Hyde, and that'll be a loss of 6 yards. Virtually made the tight end position extinct from a passing game standpoint, and down goes Hoyer.
Automatically transitions into an extra pass rusher, which caused the pressure.
Short punt by Pinion, and that is right at midfield. Great field position for the Colts here, first possession of this second half. Play a couple of handoffs and then dump it off to Gore, and that could not have been read more beautifully. Second down and 10, a little delay to Gore, and he's down close to the 45-yard line, which would bring up a third down and 5. Played much football. We've talked about his story in the past, how he started off originally and was at the University of Oregon, and yet diagnosed with spinal stenosis, so he wound up being a basketball player.
Neutral zone infraction, number 59, defense. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
15th NFL season, his first as a defensive coordinator. Third down, less than a yard. And Gore will find enough, or rather to be determined finding enough for a first down. We unveil the name of Peyton Manning to the Colts Ring of Honor. Frank Gore will get such an honor one day in San Francisco. Enough how enjoyable our conversation was with Gore here on Friday afternoon. That ball was jarred loose as he's run out of bounds. It'll still be the Colts football. So third down and 6. And Brissett stands in there and drills low, but was it caught by Hilton? The 49er defenders are saying no. And there's a flag.
Roughing the passer, number 59, defense. 15-yard penalty, first down.
His whistle for the penalties, they again get tricky, and you know, it really makes you wonder. Yeah, there's a loss of 8 yards, and now you're going to get your quarterback sacked. For the 49ers, they have 7 defenders standing inside the 15-yard line. They'll just lay it off, and now they'll try and come up and make a tackle, which they will at the 20.
See, I'm not sure I agree with that.
It's a 38-yard field goal try by Berry. And it is good. 20 consecutive possessions as a head coach where his team has failed to score a touchdown. Coming up to get it is Victor Bolden. That's a nice tackle made in the open field. Turn and hand the ball off, or fake the handoff, and now looking for the long ball and nowhere close to the wide receiver. Just to get it off. And that is Breida out of the backfield, and that's the first down.
Witherspoon suffered a concussion. He is out as well.
Breida up to the 25-yard line. Hoyer just throws it away.
Of Hoyer, yes.
Intentional grounding, offense, number 2. Loss it down, third down.
From outside the 15. And Hoyer just swamped from behind by Jabal Shears. As a second-round draft choice, his first 4 years there. In the last couple of years in New England, where he won a Super Bowl, of course, last season. Bray up to get it at the 40-yard line. They already started the day, did the 49ers secondary without their starting strong safety, Eric Reed. This is Brandon Williams, a tight end, for a gain of close to 6 on first down. Circled Ward, and they're looking in that direction.
He has him.
And did he keep the feet in bounds when he made the catch? And the answer is yes, to the 41-yard line by Aiken. Penalty flag all the way on the other side of the
Illegal
field.
formation.
Oh, boy.
Offense. Number 47 covered up. Number 85. 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
About a 13-yard gain on the reception by Aiken. Here comes a blitz. They pick it up. And the screen is set up to Gore with running room. Across the 40. And still on his feet. To the 34-yard line is Frank Gore. Right, so it is a first down, and they hand it to Marlon Mack. Trying to turn the corner. Wow, does he have some speed. At the bottom of your screen. They're going to hand it off again to Mack. And he's inside the 10 and will find the end zone.
Everybody has one gap. And what happens is Tart over pursues. Marlon Mack cuts back. Tart has a mental error. He's not in his gap of responsibility. It was on Jaquaski Tart all day.
Boy, I want to tell you what now. T.Y. Hilton. Games in the second half. It's incredible. The Colts have outscored the opposition in the first half of games. Oh, boy. Two 49ers fighting over the football.
Error by the 49ers.
And this is Breida just tripped up.
Big Ben, 3 interceptions on the day. Jags lead 20-9.
Barry Church out of the University of Toledo. The Niners had 4 first downs on their first possession of the game. They've had 5 first downs since until this drive. And I tell you what.
He was not even invited to the combine.
Now they pitch it to Raheem Mostert, which tells you that there's something wrong. The injury is clearly bothering the hip. Quick throw to Juszczyk out of the backfield, and that's enough for a first down. So the 49ers trying to answer the touchdown of the Colts.
You start jumping routes because of the straight drop back.
Lays this one off to the tight end Selleck, who was injured early in the game. Good to see him back in. 20 seconds to go in his third quarter. Short drop, quick throw, and incomplete with an eye on Garcon. Quick slant. That's a nice play call right there, and an easy first down. It has been a big part of this drive. And he's behind Juszczyk in the I formation. And that carry will get him down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 4 on first down for Matt Breida. And this is his 8th. He's inside the 25, down to the 22-yard line.
There's Taylor in motion.
Out of the shotgun. And it looked like Garcon got tangled up with Melvin over there, and it's incomplete. One from 40 yards for Robbie Gould, who's hit 30 in a row and make it 31 in a row in Chicago. And well, he was as good as anybody of his generation. So the Colts will get the football. Crowd gets very quiet here in Indianapolis when the Colts get the football, and Brissett rolling right, throws way down the field, and it is caught by T.Y. Hilton. How about the arm strength by Brissett there? It was 60 yards in the air, rolling right across the body. Penalty flag down.
Holding, number 10, offense, 10-yard penalty. Still first down.
Of their first 4 games this year, they've not scored a touchdown today. So they need to stop here. They need to force a turnover. It's not to say you can't come back from 10 down. Set out of the shotgun. Rolling right, lots of running room. And he'll slide down in front of Coyle. Inside the 20, down to the 16-yard line. Inside the 20 by Brissett. Third down at 15. And Marlon Mack bounces off a couple of tackles. Man, can he run. And that is a first down. Inside, it's a touchdown. He got to the pylon.
I mean, I get it, so you don't give up a big play. But when you have Marlon Mack that has speed and you have 3 missed tackles, no matter how safe you play. So why play safe if bad things happen?
They're going to call this back.
They will. They'll call it back to the 2-yard line.
Yep, it's a call.
After reviewing the play, the runner was down short of the goal line. We have placed the ball at the 1-yard line. First and goal.
Shot.
Now it's first and goal. And they will turn and hand it to Turbin, Robert Turbin, who has dropped 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage. It's on the other side of the line of scrimmage, inside the 5 at score. And he's not in there. Brissett will find the end zone, and that is a touchdown for Indianapolis.
Right away. And Turbin will get the key block right here on Tart, knocking him inside just enough for Jacoby Brissett to get to the end zone.
It's been a nice day for Jacoby Brissett.
Making process too has been so much quicker, more rhythm, more timing.
Point after is good.
Brissett it's tough to play if you can't run. And Breida probably gives him a little more explosion if he's not 100%. That's the only reason I can think why he's not touched the football.
Up to the 20-yard line. Let's see. But it's been Breida here in the second half. Now you got to throw it. And that's Goodwin up to the 42-yard line.
Free release on inside receivers.
Boyer now looking for Goodwin. And he has got it. What a catch made by Goodwin inside the 10.
Good use of hands in the face, number 90 defense. That penalty's declined. First down.
That's a great throw by first down and goal, and they give it to Breida. And he's to the 6-yard line. The 49ers have not scored a touchdown since a loss to the Rams 2 weeks ago. The intended receiver fell down on a jump ball. Juszczyk, and the big fella from Lodi, Ohio, will find the end zone. And how about that? Finally.
Jim just sealed down inside. You got big number 75 pulling around for the 49ers and Lakeland Tomlinson, opening up the hole. They're in man coverage, and Juszczyk, once he gets close, he'll step up in a moment of truth, and he did.
And that is their first touchdown on the road this season for the 49ers.
It's a good answer by them. That's why Kyle Shanahan shows this team they believe they're always in it.
Alrighty, so we have 8 minutes exactly left to go. So now Brissett will throw it on first down. And T.Y. Hilton, the sliding grab, very close to another first down. Early movement along that Indianapolis Colts offensive line, it looked like.
False start, number 23, offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
And now Brissett will take it himself up to the 35-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Gore has more rushing attempts, but Mack the most rushing yards. And now Brissett's going to run it again. He'll slide down to the 38-yard line, which will bring up 3rd down and 7. And Brissett to throw it. Good protection. Lofts and underthrew his receiver Aiken. Now the punt, where Taylor will make a fair catch. Boy, that's a dangerous catch, but Taylor's got good hands.
From this young football team.
Alrighty, so Hoyer on first down. Good protection. Wide open is Kittle. And he has a first down up to the 38-yard line. 49ers have all 3 timeouts left. All the time in the world. Great protection again. And a dangerous throw nearly picked off. And that is Carlos Hyde. This is a poorly thrown ball there. See the 49ers 3 of 10 on 3rd down in the game. Ball batted into the air and into the arms of Garcon. What incredible concentration.
He'll make a play in the moment of truth for Kyle Shanahan.
It's a gain of 13 to move the chains. And now they lay it off to Carlos Hyde. First touch of the second half. They'll turn and hand it to Hyde. And he's a yard short of a first down. Down and a yard. And they're going to run it to Hyde. And I'm not sure if he got there. And they're going to throw it. And that's Kittle. How about the call there by Shanahan to have the guts to put it up 4th and a yard, and Hoyer beautifully lofts it in there to the rookie Kittle. 2:10 to go, first down. And
boy, he missed all the
an eye on Brady. Yes, they did. I mean, and Garcon was open in the end zone. Play clock down to 5. Kittle again, and a rookie tight end out of Iowa. With 4 minutes to go. 49ers hand it off to Carlos Hyde, and he's back to the line of scrimmage.
77 moved. Trent Brown got anxious.
False start, number 77. Offense, 5-yard penalty, second down. Indianapolis has decided to decline the 10-second runoff.
Here they come after Hoyer. And incomplete. Goodwin's looking for a penalty. He thought he was held.
You're blitzing. You got to get there.
They're not. Hoyer all day to throw it. And now looking around, that's Kittle. And he's down to the 5-yard line with 1 minute to go. Here they come. It is Kittle. And did he get to the end zone? He got in there for a touchdown.
It's a great job by Trent Taylor. Watch Trent Taylor right here. He's going to run his route, but he's going to set a natural pick right there on Malik Hooker, who was forced to go over the top.
We'll kick it to tie it. And we are tied with 20 seconds left.
More pressure throws under crucial situations.
He booted through the back of the end zone. Now,
you don't want a crucial turnover. You play for overtime, and let's go. You're at home.
Come on. You wouldn't have been saying that back in Massillon High School. It was just a week ago, losing on the touchdown pass to Larry Fitzgerald. Here comes Brissett in regulation. He goes 18 of 27.
White 20. Good.
And they'll fake it one way, they'll roll the other. And Brissett spins out of trouble and stays on his feet, and he'll pick up a yard. Plus.
White 20. Good.
And hand it off to Gore, and we have not seen Marlon Mack. You made that comment the last drive. Four-man rush, and Brissett lofts it, and the penalty flag comes flying down. I mean, their bodies crashing into one another all over the place.
Prior to the pass, holding on the 33. Defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
White 20. Good.
Minute and a half into overtime, and Mack lost a yard. Second down and 11. Brissett, a lot of time, and now he's going to run it and will slide down to go. Here we're tied at 23, and a third down and 10 for Brissett. Oh my, what a throw to Moncrief for a first down.
White 20. Good.
And now you convert on 3rd and long. Or back into the game. Brissett looking for the win. And it is caught inside the 10-yard line by T.Y. Hilton. All right, here we go. First and goal inside the 10. If they score a touchdown, the game's over. And it's intercepted at the goal line by Ray Armstrong. And Armstrong is on his feet and will be run out of bounds. Can you believe that? So the young man makes a mistake. And hey, look, you know, at the end of the day, he made 2 starts in his first year in New England last year. Now the next score in this game wins, because the Colts have had a possession. And they will give it to Breida. And he is smothered. all day to throw, and he missed high on Taylor, who was open. And Hoyer steps up, looking for Kittle. And it's incomplete, but a flag comes in very late from the secondary.
Pass interference, number 57, defense. Ball being placed in the spot of the foul. First down.
It's a 22-yard penalty. And now on first down, the ball batted down at the line of scrimmage by Jonathan Hankins. Handed off to Carlos Hyde, who cuts it back to the inside. Another penalty flag comes down. This looks like this will be against the 49ers.
Lakeland Tomlinson was holding big Jonathan Hankins. You get it. They get
Holding.
close.
Number 75, offense. 10-yard penalty. Still second down.
To the Colts 40 for a first down. Completion and a short one to Aldrick Robinson up to the 45. It'll bring up third down and 15. Receiver 116 receiving yards. Third down. Hoyer. Short. Looking for Breida out of the backfield, and now the 49ers will punt it. Colts have the ball in the red zone. The very first possession of this overtime after a huge completion to T.Y. Hilton. Play fake. Not sure who that was going to. It's a tight window right there, with a pass complete up to the 22-yard line to Brandon Williams.
Some type of crossing route right here to run a pick. There it is.
The set looking around, and now throws, and it's complete for a first down to Moncrief up to the 31. Marlon Mack into the open field. What a day for Marlon Mack. All the way to the 33-yard line.
White 20.
2 minutes to go. They'll give it to Gore. A long-time 49er. He gains a yard. Where they are right now.
White 20.
That'd be a 52-yard field goal attempt. Fake it one day. Brissett rolls the other. Boy, that's a risky throw right there.
Let him kick a 51-yarder.
And that'll be Turbin to the 34. Now you Vinatieri to win it. Good snap. Good hold. And it is good. And the Colts have won it in overtime. Two and three are the Colts without Andrew Luck. And the 49ers, another heartbreaking loss. They've lost their last 4 games by a total of 11 points. America's Game of the Week next.